Hi everyone, this is Dr. Sriranjani from Wellness Loka. Today's topic is about yoga and obesity. Now in this present scenario, in present era, most of the people are facing from obese problem, weight gain issues. And now I think because of this obesity or weight gain issues, most people are facing so many health conditions and stress related issues. So what is this obesity? So obesity is the accumulation of fat, too much of fat in our body because of the sedentary lifestyle. Not only because of sedentary lifestyle, it also happens because of certain health conditions like diabetes mellitus, cardiac problems, etc. And because of obesity issues, they are facing too much of health conditions like cardiac failure, hypertension, and diabetes mellitus, thyroid problems, etc. So, how this obesity can be measured? So it is measured, all people know that it is measured through BMI, body mass index. So if the body mass index, it has been a very standardized measurement that if BMI is BMI is above 25, they are considered as obese, and if the BMI is between 18 to 25, they are considered as normal, and below 18 they are considered as underweight. And it is measured as weight by height. So the weight is equally, the weight and height should be proportional. For a proper height, that much weight is needed, not overweight. And nowadays the people are facing more obese issues and more health concerns, more health issues because of this obesity. Means after delivery issues, postnatal obese weight gain will be there. Due to health conditions, obesity will be there, like thyroid problems, diabetes mellitus, PCOS issues, PCOD, polycystic ovarian diseases that will be ending up in obese conditions. So now coming to what are the symptoms of this obesity? Because of this weight gain, first of all, the individual will be having palpitation. Breathlessness will be there, knee pain, other joint pains will be, of course, because the knee is the weight bearing joint. If weight increases, of course, the knee couldn't able to tolerate that much of body weight, upper part of the body weight. So, of course, obviously, knee pain will be there, joint pain issues will be there. So, these are the main symptoms during the time of obesity. Now, coming to what are the causes of obesity? The first cause for obesity is sedentary lifestyle, inactive lifestyle. That is what's happening now in this present scenario. So most of the people are having a sedentary lifestyle, most of them. So during the sedentary lifestyle, the people are not burning the calories because they are sitting in one area and they are working. So that should not happen. So we should burn the calories because if we are doing some work or particular work, like IT people, for example, for IT employees, they are continuously doing work. Sitting in front of the laptop and they are doing it continuously. They will be sitting in front of the laptop. They don't have other physical activity, and they will be they will be consuming more food also. So that will be leading to increase in calories and increase in weight gain. But if they are balancing themselves with a weight reduction program or yoga management or mild exercises or whatever, gym or whatever they are preferring, this can reduce to a certain extent. So sedentary lifestyle is one of the most important factor for obesity. That will be leading to certain health conditions too after a few years. That is the first point. Second one is the causes of obesity, maybe because of some health conditions like medical conditions. That is, we all know that thyroid problems. If at all they will be having exercises and other things of diet management is there. Because of thyroid issues, they will be having weight gain. Hormonal imbalance issues like PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, that will be also resulting in weight gain. And next one is diabetes mellitus. Those who are having diabetic mellitus will also have the chances of getting weight increase in weight. That is the second one. So that is about the medical conditions, coming to the medical conditions. Third one is medications. Because of this medical conditions, we will be consuming more medications. Like for example, more weight, because of this weight gain, mostly if the person was having more steroids, that will be resulting up in weight gain. Steroid consumption of more steroids, because for solving some medical issues, that will be leading to increase in weight or obesity. Fourth one is improper lifestyle or improper diet management. Improper diet, not management, improper diet. So if we are having an unhealthy lifestyle, unhealthy diet regimen, of course we will be ending up in increase in weight gain, because too much of junk food eating, and especially during the night time, consumption of more food during the night. Previous talk I have explained about the sleep management. Consumption of overeating food during the night time leads to lack of sleep and other health issues. Again I am telling the same thing. Consumption of more food will be leading at the night time, and junk food, oily, fried items will be leading to this weight gain and increase in other physical issues too. Now coming to the topic that how we can manage this obesity. Of course, obesity can be managed by yoga and other exercise too. So how yoga helps in improving for reducing the weight management. As you all know, yoga is one of the most precious ancient technique which is put forward to all the people, all over the world, for all the people. So everybody can practice yoga without any age limit. And yoga have its own significance. So many techniques are there to follow. Only thing is we have to do under expert guidance. As in every talk I am repeating the same thing, that we have to perform, we have to study under expert guidance and understand the changes within ourselves by doing yoga. Then coming to how the yoga can be managed, obesity can be managed through yoga. So first one is Surya Namaskara. As you all know, I have previously also explained what is Surya Namaskara. It's a salutation to Lord Sun, and it consists of 12 steps, 12 asanas. It's a chain of 12 asanas, and if we are performing it dynamically, if a person who doesn't have any health issues, of course they can practice. I'm telling you that Surya Namaskaram is one of the main important technique for reducing the weight, because a lot of calories will be burned through this. It's a kind of dynamic exercise with this 12 asanas, and we will get benefits from that 12 asanas too. It's not only an exercise, it's a combination of 12 asanas. It's equal to the technique, it's equal to a dynamic postures, because if you're doing that Surya Namaskara for 10 to 12 times, that will create change within ourselves, not in one day. If you are doing it regularly, of course the change will be there. Burning of fat, burning of calories will be there. That will be of course leading to leads to a healthy lifestyle. So what are the benefits of Surya Namaskar? As you all know, that will improve the metabolism. The main thing is that metabolism should be maintained properly. The excretion, proper digestion of the food will be there, should be there, proper excretion will be there, everything should be noted for these obese people. Diet management can be done, there is a limit for diet management, but a combination of this diet management and exercise or yogic asanas, which creates a wonderful and drastic change within ourselves. So the Surya Namaskaram have its own indications and contraindications. As I told earlier, Surya Namaskaram it is indicated by such obese people who doesn't have any health issues. Am I repeating? Surya Namaskara can be performed by the people who doesn't have any health issues, chronic health issues. A healthy individual who is little more, if he doesn't have any health concerns, he is normal, but weight gain is there because of junk food diet habits and all, they can practice Surya Namaskara. But it is contraindicated for chronic problems like diseases like cardiac failure, hypertension, high hypertension, high BP patients. It is contraindicated by high BP patients, chronic kidney diseases, CKD patients, chronic kidney disease patients. So these people should not practice Surya Namaskar, and pregnant woman too. A pregnant woman and who is having menstruation during the time that period also, this dynamic Surya Namaskar should be avoided. That's why I'm telling, if a person who is having a weight increase in weight gain without that much of health issues, they can practice this dynamic Surya Namaskar. That is the first one. Second one is asanas. There are certain group of asanas which helps to, that can be performed by, that is what I'm telling, that there is indications and contraindications too. But with the support, this people who can have, the people who have chronic problems also can practice under expert guidance certain asanas. They can practice certain asanas under expert guidance, because so much of physical exposure or exertion will be creating more problems for chronic disease who are affected with chronic problems. And second one is what I mentioned earlier, that is asanas like Pavan Muktasana, which give a stretch to the abdomen. Paschimottanasana, bending down and catching hold of the ankle joint. That will also give a back stretching forward and backward. And Ardha Chakrasana, Dhanurasana. These are all very, very good asanas which can be done for obese people. If you do it little dynamically, that will give calorie or burning of calorie will be there. And if when we start and just one thing have to be noted is we have to end with relaxation technique. We have to end with relaxation technique. So that I have explained yesterday that we can include certain relaxation techniques, because after a long practice of this dynamic postures like Surya Namaskaram and other asanas, we can end up with relaxation techniques like deep relaxation technique, quick relaxation technique, or instant relaxation technique. Only thing we should know that we should end up with relaxation, or either we have to lie down in shavasana and maintain the posture. So in this way, it will help to improve the health, and it will help to decrease the weight, like that. So yoga, which plays a very important role in reducing and for managing the weight. So I'm requesting everyone, those who are having a sedentary lifestyle too, they can practice at least half an hour yoga program every day under expert guidance. They can have a very good healthy regimen, because you can include the Sukshma Vyayama. First you can start with Sukshma, sorry I have not explained that. You can start with Sukshma Vyayama, loosening exercises for each joint. You can start with that, and you can then you just do it. We have one thing we have to note is we have to do relaxation in between. So after Sukshma Vyayama, loosening exercises, after Sukshma Vyayama, loosening exercises, have little relaxation, slight relaxation, and then start with Surya Namaskaram for 12 rounds or 10 rounds according to your limit. Don't cross the limit. You have to, means if we want to, we can't lose weight within one day. It's a program. Every program have its own advantages, so and limitations too. So yoga is not a one-day program. So it should be a part of your life. Yoga should be practiced as a part of your life, and it should be continued like that. So every day you should practice the same program. Then only you have to manage your weight. It's not like decreasing the weight and again you are eating and again consumption of more junk foods and you are increasing the weight. There is of no use. So the main thing is you have to practice this program like Surya. Start with loosening exercises, have a slight relaxation, then start with Surya Namaskaram, then have some asanas and relax, and Shavasana or relaxation techniques, do that, and end with pranayama. Of course you need pranayama. Ending should be done with pranayama and akara chanting, etc. So pranayama, of course, we will be after that strenuous dynamic poses, will be little breathing problem will be there. So first you have to normalize the breathing, then start with Nadi Shuddhi pranayama, Brahmari pranayama, and that will be creating more for positive vibration, and it will improve the lung capacity within yourself. So like this way, you can improve your lifestyle. It's not a one-day yogic program. You have to continue this yogic program for, if you're continuing it for years, the changes will be within you, because the way of eating habits will be changed after doing the yoga. Some changing will be there, and after the consumption of food also, if you are doing proper yoga and exercises, that regimen will be there. We will follow that regimen. Obviously, we will follow that regimen automatically. So my personal request is that those who are having obese problems, those who have that obese issues, please don't worry. Do this yoga program under an expert guidance. You have to consult with a doctor or a yoga instructors. You can just go for a consultation first and do a proper consultation, and they will prescribe you what all asanas, what all things you can do. Just go through that. And thank you so much for listening to me this much time. So we can see another day with another topic. Thank you everyone. Bye.